everybody? It's your boy, the Cash Man, and as you can see, we are here with some Car Mechanic Simulator 2021. I am playing this on PC, and I do have a real life car mod put in where it replaces all the in-game cars with mods or with real cars. There was a few with like the Ram GLC and other stuff that added in some, but if you've been around the channel, I've streamed this some. I've not actually done a YouTube video on this, but this is going to be my first. I do want to address something real quick. I do want to apologize for this being a little bit later than usual, but I do have a lot of personal stuff going on in my life right now, which requires near constant attention on my part. And so, while I do intend on streaming Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays still, as well as releasing a YouTube on Saturday, sometimes that may be a little bit off. Like sometimes I may get my release dates or streaming times may get pushed back or changed. So make sure you follow us on Facebook, as well as click the notifications bell on there. So I will try to keep you guys as updated as I can on any changes. You can also check out our Twitch. I will be updating the schedule on there as I can. And then make sure you have the notifications turned on here. I'm hoping to get some reels in soon and get some more stuff going. But life's just throwing a lot at me right now, so I've got to take care of that stuff, but also trying to take care of business at the same time. So I just wanted to get that out of the way. Without further ado, we're going to jump into today's video. Now, like I said, I have played this before on stream. I'm going to just start a new game, like this is my stream, where if you type in this, it gives you so much extra XP, because I had started it on my Xbox, and then I moved over to PC, so I wanted to kind of be in the same position relatively for my stream. But we're going to start a brand new game, and I'm just going to call it Cashman Channel, I guess. That way I know what it is, because some days... And we're just going to do... with regular classic gameplay with ramping difficulty. Let's start with easy. I might change that later, because I've been having a problem on this version of the game of parts saying they're undiscovered, and then I wind up tearing down a whole thing. Why is everything white? Take order. I guess we're playing a tutorial. I don't remember this. But for those of you who are new to the game, this will kind of be an introduction for you guys. Level 15. Take off the run. Okay, open pie menu and mount new. Open hood. Click on coolant reservoir. Now, I am an amateur mechanic, so a lot of this stuff I do understand the concept of a lot of times. So, open pie menu, change part, unmount mode. I didn't realize I'd be playing the tutorial in this video. And I don't know why it's saying I'm already level 15. Because I'm not on that other profile, so... Let me, I might have to change that. Okay. Let me see what the deal is here. What I hit. Okay, so this is right. I don't know how I managed it, but this is more like it. Level 1, 10,000 credits. You know, it must have been glitched or something. I swear to God, my screen is doing something weird sometimes. But anyway, here's our shop. You start off with one posted thing. You can get better. equipment. You just got to get higher levels, which you can go to this and order more. Like here's skills, which what is this? Cuts time to examine parts. I want to do that one right off the bat. Can I do that? Available. Oh, never mind. And then here's how you get all the stuff like 200. A second lift. All this good stuff. But we ain't gonna worry about that right now. We're just going to play through some of the things. Now, I do generally know the cars, but we're going to start. As you can see here, it says Cadillac Fleetwood, and I don't know how to pronounce that, Peugeot or something like that. I know it's French. But I'm going to go ahead and accept both of these. Let me go back in and accept the other one, because you can accept multiple orders. I thought I could do it from my thing, but I think that's because of something else. But we're going to take these, and this one will be the other one will be simple. What's this one got that I need to do? Change brake fluid, other tasks. Okay, so both of these are fairly simple. Actually, I might do the Peugeot first, because if I remember right, this Fleetwood, yeah. Let's do the Peugeot. What on earth is that? Why does this thing look like a rocket ship? What is I have never in my life seen that. That is funny. Alright, well, this one's pretty simple. I don't think it's going to, how about to say it barely fits on the lift. What did this car need? Basically it just needs all the fluids changed. So we're going to go ahead and just basically, whenever it asks you to change it, it wants you to draw it out and then replace it. So I'm going to just go ahead and draw everything out real quick. No, I need I need the... And what else did it need? Power steering, windshield washer, brake coolant. Yep. Okay. And you can get more tools, which once you unlock more tools, you can do more stuff and get more XP and level up super fast. Where's the power? There it is. Power steering, reservoir, additional tools, drain tool. Alright, now we just gotta fill everything back up. A lot of these starter vehicles are very simple. Like, I always usually top off everything at the end. I usually do the fluids and everything last. Although I have been known to forget them a time or two. And then once it gets to overflowing like that, luckily you don't gotta clean nothing. It does cost you to fill them up, but not a whole lot. And if you pull the oil filter and you haven't already drained the oil, it will cause a mess. But I'll show what I mean here in a minute. After I get all this cleared. I'm mostly just doing this so I have a little bit of extra money at the beginning of the game. There'll be cars that are highlighted in blue when you click on your phone, and that's how you get your orders. That's where, it's like a story mission car where you're at a certain point in the game where it wants you to do those things. Like, it's not really a tutorial like you guys seen at the first, but it's kind of like, I guess you could say, the story cars, and everything else is just added. Chug-a-lug-a-lug. Alright, and then of course if you go into your car status, you can see everything you got, and this one is now done. So, car status, finish order. We made $175. So, better than nothing. Let's get this Cadillac in here. I don't remember what all this needed, but I do know it needed tires, so we're going to have to jack it up. Okay, what was it needed again? Brake pads, oil filter, round air filter, change oil, brake fluid, power steering, and windshield. Let's go ahead. I always try to drain everything first. That way I don't get caught off guard. Because you can get caught off guard pretty easy. I believe it said power steering. And then windshield wiper. Didn't say anything about cooling. But I say, is there even anything in this windshield washer reservoir? But we'll do that. And then I'm going to show you guys what I was meaning about draining the oil. We'll go ahead and do that. One thing I do is I always leave the hood up until I'm done. That way, if I've got multiple cars going, I know that they're not done. So basically, you come over here, right-click, move equipment, move to whatever lift it's on, and then you right-click again, use equipment. And then move equipment, back to where it started. Boom. Alright, let's get the oil filter. There it is. I'm about to say, I don't like necessarily this, because you can highlight these parts in your menu. All you got to do is click on this little star here, and you can highlight whatever part you need. But obviously, if you know a thing or two about cars, you can do it. Which I like. You can sell the old part, but I'm really bad to sell the part, and then I need it. So let's go ahead and tab oil filter V8. Just need one. And then I always try to clear my search on here. That way I know what's been done. And then I'm going to go into part mount mode. And now one thing I do, like it's, oh, this one needs a fuel pump. Fuel pumps are usually back here going into the gas tank. Usually. Every time I've seen them on this game, they're in the... On some cars, that's not the case, but on most. You know, there's a mechanical or a fuel pump tab. And then you gotta be careful here, because you can hold X and delete your entire list, or just hit it once and clear just the thing that you're hovering over. Get that clicked into place. And then one thing I don't like, usually I don't do a lot of, but I'm going to go ahead and just so I can show you guys, it's wanting a whole set of tires, so it's wanting me, and you can see here now they're highlighted. So, like, I may not be a professional mechanic, but I'm a, what you'd call a shade tree mechanic. I do, alright, is this... Yeah, it's wanting this brake pad changed. And a lot of these cars, they have a certain, like there's a base thing on them. Like it'll say here, repair with parts of minimum condition. Anything below 46%, and it wants me to replace them. But I don't necessarily want to do that most of the time. Most of the time, I just do what it asks. Unless it's like something that's just like obvious, and I'm just like, okay, well, whatever. Okay. You can see, you can kind of tell what parts are bad because they'll look rusty, as you can see. Alright, let me go ahead. 1, 2. Keep all them. Okay, now we got to go over to the tire machine and separate the tires from the rims. Because we got to get new rims and new tires. I guess I could go ahead and do... get the rear tires off the car too, because it needed front and rear tires. And of course, some of them that are orange, like you just seen, you gotta spray some lubricant on to kind of get them freed up. Oh yeah, forgot this one has drum brakes. You can usually tell if it's going to give you trouble. You'll see the one that has a little bit of orange on it or a little bit of rust, and that usually gives you a little bit of an indication. Alright. Let's go ahead and unmount these tires, because they did want 4 new tires and 4 new rims. So, we got to do that no matter what. And you got to be very careful, because you can get the wrong tires. So, we got to be careful about that. Lord knows, the first little bit I did this, it took me forever to get that down. So, let me... Okay, we got brake pads. Let me go to inventory. Okay. And I'm selling these. You don't get near as much out of them this way, but... Alright, let's go ahead and do our brake pads. We need 2 of them. Wham, bam. Oh, Black Betty. Bam, lamb. Alright, let's go ahead and put a set of pads on. Normally, I would replace all this, but... Because I do think brakes are important in a car, but you know... On this game, like, where I played it before, I'm literally trying to get through this a little bit faster than normal. Just because these early cars are kind of a pain. I'm trying to get to level 10 as quick as possible, because that's when you do fun stuff like barn finds, drag racing, because I'll have to figure out how to do it to show you guys. I got to remember. Let's see here. Tab, exit those. So now we got to go to a different, there's different websites on here. So let me, tires, tab. Okay. It's very important to remember 215.75. Tab. They're 15s. 75, 215. 15. 215. Whoops, went too high. And then 75s. And we need 4. Now, we got that. Now we go to rims tab. And you want the 15s, and make sure you keep track of this ET number. 15s, ET0. I need 4. Okay. Now we gotta go mount them. Hit the wrong button. Install, standard tire. And then after we get them all back on, put the tires on the rims, then we got to balance the tires. Which mounting them is super easy. It's basically just a couple clips. Same way whenever you finally unlock the shocks, the shock absorber puller, and everything gets pretty simple. A lot of this game is very simple. It's just the tutorial that I sort of half played through is not the best. Like, it shows you pretty much one way, one thing, and then it's like, oh, well, you're kind of on your own. But it isn't, you know, super hard to figure out either. I find a lot of people overcomplicate it. And then basically all this mini game is, you just use your arrow keys to line this up with this green part. Hit enter. And then however many times when your tire's balanced. You'll see this red thing right here, and that shows it's unbalanced. But as you balance each tire, they'll go off your list. Some of them have 3. I've had some of them have 4, but these have 2 for whatever reason. I guess that means they ain't too bad out of balance. Alright. And you can go either direction. It doesn't matter on this. Super simple. Alright. Now, we just gotta mount the tires back on. Now, a real-life mechanic would tell you, star pattern on tires. That way, you don't get even wear on your tires. On here, that doesn't seem to matter, but if you're a real life mechanic and you're looking at playing this game, just do whatever you want there. Like it depends on my mood. If I'm in a hurry, I'll do it in a circle. But like, it also depends on if I'm playing on my Xbox or on PC, because this is on, excuse me, Game Pass on Xbox and PC. I happen to own this game, um, but it doesn't really matter. You can do it either way. Or at least if it does matter on the game, I've not seen it. Obviously, in real life, it matters, but on the game, it doesn't seem to really have any pertinence. You just kind of got to figure out what you like to do and all that good jazz. Like I said, mostly me, it depends on what I'm doing. Okay, we got that. We got to get the air filter on top of the carburetor. Okay, and then we got to top all the fluids off. So, we got all that. Like I said, you can get 2 lifts, and you can have 2 lifts with cars on each, and you can have up to 3 cars outside. So, we gotta get to the air filter, which on this type of car, it would be underneath this. On other cars, as we progress, you guys will see. I think this game does do a very general... I don't want that. This game does do a very general, good thing about keeping all the car parts where they would be in real life. Like, don't get me wrong, some of them aren't the absolute best, but it's also not the worst. Like, I've seen games where it just absolutely butchers it. So, it's definitely not the worst in that regard. Alright, put the round air filter back on. Put the cover back on. And then all we gotta do is fill all the fluids up. Alright, let's go ahead and do that. We'll do the glug glug on the windshield wiper fluid, the power steering, and the brake reservoir, I believe. And then we gotta top off the oil. Now, I do expect this first video to probably be kind of a short one. I'm thinking about making this a series, but I kind of want to get your guys' input on that. So, in the comments down below, let me know what you think about making this game a series. Like, this is a very basic video, but there's a lot more to this game. Like I said, you can do barn finds. There's drag racing. I've never done the drag racing. I've done a barn find on my stream. I found an old police Tahoe and made like 30K on it. So it is a very interesting game. Even if you're, if you're a car guy or a car person, car guy, car girl, whatever you want to say, it's fun either way. If you like cars, or even if you like these simulator games, it's very fun. I've done a lot of it, but I think on my other one, I'm like level 15 or something, and I'm just now starting to do barn finds. You can go to junkyards and pick up junkers and rebuild them. You just gotta have a lot of credits to do it in game, so that's pretty much the key there. So I think I got everything done on this, besides it needing a wash, which you can buy. But like I said, I'm not going to buy that right now. I'm going to try to be a little bit smart with my money than I normally would be. So let's finish the order. How much should we make? $2,100. Not bad, not bad. And now we got a Chevy Suburban and a GTR. I love how it says a 1995 Chevrolet Suburban, but it says 15. So it's definitely not necessarily the most accurate. Can I swear there's a orders. No, I guess that's where I had the tablet in my other one. But I'm just going to pick whatever Nissan GTR, except you. Let's see what these need. Brake caliper, brake disc, ABS pump. What does the Tahoe need? I don't want to get into nothing too difficult. Okay, so we'll start with the Nissan. I'll probably do these 2 cars, and then we'll probably call it there. So, but like I said, make sure you guys let me know if you want to see this as possibly being a series. Like, I really do love this game. There's a lot of stuff to it, and it's very interesting. What did it need? ABS module? Abs pump. Okay. So here's the module. Like I said, you can generally see if it needs it because the parts are all rusted. But, abs pump. You can buy a tablet and you don't even have to go over to this computer. I think that's in the electrical shop. Yep, abs pump. Oh, okay, and I get to show you guys this. You get these crates for doing things, and you get also, it'll usually pick one of these cards, and you pick 2 of them. And like here, I got bonus credits. Here, I got another case. So, let's open the next case. You can get treasure maps, money, cars. You got credits again. See a barn location map. And that's very important. I don't think you can do the barn location until you get to level 10, I think it is. So that part's a little bit, I don't like that. But you don't have, it costs a lot of money to do the barn finds. It really does. Like, I think I put like 30 or 40K. I almost went broke fixing up a police Tahoe. But I went in and redone the motor and everything. What else did this Nissan need? Brake job. One thing I don't like is you do have to be, the car can't be moving to check all this, so 51% is the stuff on this. Let's get this tire off. I can tell this is going to be one of the rotors. Looks like we're going to need a whole bunch of stuff. And one of them, I don't remember if it's the front one. Yeah, the front one are ventilated disc brakes, and the rear ones don't say ventilated. That took me forever to kind of get into my skull that that's what it meant. Which I don't know if that's true on real cars or not as far as that goes. I know there's ventilated and non-ventilated, but I don't know for sure if vented generally goes on the front or back or what in real cars. My expertise in real cars was engines. Is anything on this car? Okay, caliper looks like. I'm not even going to look at these. Some things on these cars, especially if it's tires, I'm just going to ignore. Because sometimes it's just a bit much to deal with, so. Let's get this caliper off. Take the brake pads off, and then this. I'm going to have to switch screens or something. There's an effect on my monitor that has been driving me crazy. Like on my stream the other night, I had to end my stream because it was making me sick. Like it made me motion sick for some reason. So, I'm going to have to fix that. I'm not sure what's the problem, honestly. Don't know if it's a bad connection or what. So let's see what we need. Anything under 51%. So we need that. We need that. That. Okay. Everything else looks good. I always forget something, so you guys will probably shout at me in the comments, "You forgot this." I'm sure I have, honestly. It happens more times than not. Tab, X. Get 2 of them. And then 2 brake calipers. And I'm sure I'll forget something. Just give it time, I'll forget something. Give it time, I will forget something. It just happens to me. I always forget something. I'm just naturally scatterbrained like that. And I don't put the tires on until I can confirm I've done everything. And you can left click and refocus on whatever part, and sometimes it'll zoom you out a little bit. Let's onto the rear. Just a caliper here and pads, looks like. Alright, let me see here. Let me look under status. Okay. All done. Now, let me just put the part mount mode and put the tires back on. Now you're going to see me just kind of do it quickly as possible. I do think I'll probably end the video on this car and then save the Tahoe for a good start, a good easy start on the next video. Like I said, let me know what you guys think. If you guys would like to see this be a series and see how far we can get. I do plan on streaming it some more. So make sure you go check us out on Twitch. The link will be in the description. I'll also put a link to our Facebook page on there too, so you guys can go on there and give us a follow and a like. That way you guys can keep up to date. I tend to keep it a little bit better updated because I just remember that a lot easier. So that's a good place to keep in contact for information. But I do, like I said, I do plan on still doing videos every Saturday. It's just it might not be at midnight like it once was. I hope to stick to that schedule. But life is life. Front wheel sizes are mismatched. They're the same tires, are they not? See, this is the problem you run into, like I don't know how they're all the same tires, but yet it says they're mismatched. Okay. So, sometimes it's just, sometimes you can look and see, but sometimes, I don't know, it's something about this game, like I didn't take them apart or nothing. So let's just take them all off and see. Maybe one of them has a different stagger or ET or a different, something's a little bit different about them. I'll have to look. Sometimes that happens. Like, I can't exactly explain why, but we're about to look at it. Because I've had it happen several times while I played this game. Just casually playing the game. Okay, let me look at this. Okay, I see. So, let's put the 285s on the rear, I guess? I'm assuming that's what we've done, is we've mixed matched them and put the an 85 on the front and an 85 on the back. I'm not a tire expert, so I don't know what that actually does. So if anybody is an actual, like, specialty in any of this, let me know in the comments. Like, what does that actually do? Like, does it give you better ride? Does it give you better mileage? Is it or is it just one of those things? Alright, let's get this what on earth just happened? Oh, level 2. I was about to say, what on earth? It sounds like we got a prize, and I don't know what we won. Hopefully not a free car. On this game, that's not necessarily a good thing. Okay. Let's see. Okay. That should fix it. Alright. Finish. Alright. And now I'm just going to move the Tahoe in just to get it in the shop. That way I know what we're doing, and I'm going to save. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. It's definitely a fun little game. It's one of those games that I feel like you guys will either really like, or who knows, it may just be one of those slow videos. But let me know in the comments if you have any, if you want to see more of this. Like it if you want to see more of it. Let me know what you guys want to see in the comments. I cannot stress how much that will help me out in making future videos. Just let me know what you guys want, and I'll do my best to do it. Like I said, just kind of a reiteration of what I said at the beginning. I've got a lot of personal stuff going on that's requiring a lot of attention at this time. Um, but I'm planning on keeping my streams on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I was doing them at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, but I may be switching that up as changes come my way. So we just got to kind of roll with the punches on that one. And I still plan on releasing videos on Saturday at midnight if possible, but with everything going on, editing and filming is a nightmare right now. Like, trying to just sit down and get time to do it is an utter nightmare right now. Between different meetings I'm having to take, and different stuff I'm having to do. So be patient with me. I'm going to try to keep the quality up. Going to try to keep the content rolling. Make sure you turn on the post notifications bell. Make sure you give this video a like if you want to see more of it. Subscribe if you want to. Just check us out every single week. Follow us on Facebook. I'll put all the links in the description. That way you guys can stay up to date. And as always, thanks for watching, and GG.